All right. It is Friday. We fucking made it through another long ass week. Time to cap it off on your lunch break for your Friday winners with the Daily Bread, brought to you by Sosa and Rex. How you doing today?
Great, man. Ready to get back to it. Been a nice little couple of days out, doing whatever we wanted to do. Now it's, time to really lock in and get back to it. I'm excited. I'm actually excited for the weekend, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm hitting up the Union game tomorrow, so I'm hype about that. And if you're in the workforce, in the office, if you ain't got your shit done by Friday at this point, so you're just moving your mouse, not being busy, you ain't doing working right, because that's the Rex strategy is Friday afternoon is you just move the mouse so you don't go away. All right, we are live on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube right now. I'm tweeting out the YouTube link for you guys who are watching on Twitter. If you want to switch over to there, hop in our comments. It's our best bets. We're going strictly MLB today. We're not going to mess with the Gold Cup after cashing that first goal scorer winner last night. So we'll just stick in baseball since they teased us last night. Game ended up getting canceled. I mean, I see a few lines are still off the board. I don't know if that's contact tracing still going on, if it's just pitchers getting switched out. But we got two doubleheaders today, so you got two 7-inning games out there with you. Those are both the early starters, so just to give you a heads up there. But so let's go one by one, talk about each game a little bit in your picks, and then I'll open it up and ask my usual questions and the user questions.
What's the first game we want to go at? Because I got a little something for every one of them.
Let's just knock off Yankees Red Sox real quick since we started there yesterday. We kind of already covered it. Let's just start there.
Yankees Red Sox. I'm still whenever we can get the prop on Aaron Judge to hit a home run. That's the first thing I want to go for. I'm telling you, I expect him to have a very good second half of the season, and it's my and it's just my personal belief that he's gonna come out the second half of the season swinging. I also like the first five, or no, it's a doubleheader today for the Yankees.
No,
it's right. Okay, because the number I have for the first five over 5.5 is at -115. Ooh, Judge is in protocol.
So yeah, that was the main reason why the game got postponed last night. He was the one that popped.
He's the one? No, I need to follow that baseball news a little heavier, I think. Ooh, look at me. Look at me being terrible at my job. Pop for COVID. He was pop for COVID. Wow. Okay, so take that out. I still like the first five over 5.5 at -115. Both the pitchers are middle of the pack. ERA is over 4. I believe Rodriguez is the starter today. Is that correct? They are keeping him as the starter, right?
No, they moved him. We got Germán versus Perez.
Jesus, bro. I'm looking right now at like the site, like the Yahoo site that I usually use, and it's saying Rodriguez and Germán are the starters for today.
Yeah, my book could be wrong, but that's who they have listed as the starter.
See? Confusing.
I mean, that's where with the protocol, I don't think they've announced everyone who's been officially out for this game, so that's why this was one of my bigger stayaways from the day, just because.
Yeah, so that we'll just leave that alone right now until we get a little bit more information on it. Let's just go to the next game.
All right, what do you got for us next?
Marlins Phillies.
Easy enough.
The first that's a doubleheader, correct?
Yes, 2-6.
Just confirming. Okay. The Marlins team total in the first game over 3.5 is at +100. That's my favorite play there. Matt Moore's a reliever. They're starting him in a 7-inning game because of that. So look for them to try to get 2 innings out of him. 2 times he's faced him. One time he gave up 6 and 2 1/3. The other he gave up 3. I think it's a good spot for the Marlins. I also think that with what's going on with Atlanta, it gives every team in the division hope to actually come out here in the second half and play well. I know Atlanta made a move for Jock Peterson, but Jock Peterson is not Ronald Acuna Jr. It is not going to be the same. He is not him. He's not that guy. In the words of Chuck and the dude who was ready to whoop somebody's ass at a bowling alley that day, he's not that guy. So that's my official play for that game. You can get team total over 3.5 for the Marlins in game 1. at over 3.5 plus 100. I love it. That's
Yeah,
my
Moore got shelled too the last time he faced him. I
yes,
think he
sir.
gave up 12 hits in that start, and that was just on July 7th. So if you have anything, any like line or any like thought process behind second fit time facing a pitcher, I mean, it's usually much worse. It doesn't favor the pitcher here.
Especially in a division, right? Because they have a book on you. So that's my play in that game. I like
So why don't you just like the full game over here, and why are you targeting the Marlins? No trust in the Phillies bats against against Sandy.
Alcantara's pitched really well against the Phillies. I like him matching up against them, and I like the Marlins bats to get to more. So I just like this matchup in particular, especially it being a short game. Alcantara they're probably gonna try and get him to pitch the entire 7, whereas they're probably gonna try and get more to hopefully get out the third, right? So like you can see there's two completely different ideas that these managers are entering this game into anyway, right? So
All right, what do we got next on deck? I mean, I was liking the over there. Maybe I'll target the Marlins there. That is a 4:00 start, so that's the second game. The first one is the Twins Tigers at 2:10. I don't think we really have much thoughts on that one.
No, I got nothing for you on that one. With the Padres, next game I have on my list is Padres Nationals.
We'll go long on this one. Just a warning.
I personally I like the game to definitely 100% go over. These guys played an entire series a week ago, and every game went over. I don't expect anything to change. It's still the two beanbaggers on the fucking mound. We know what's going to happen. It's and also both teams the bullpens are shoddy. We know Washington's bullpen is a absolute disaster. So that's my play for this game. I like the Padres Nats over 9. You can get that at -120. That's definitely a play that I love today in that.
Well, it's hard to argue when Paddock came out, and that's the one where he bet the run in the first inning at +190. I mean, he made it through 2 innings and gave up 8 runs. So you basically have today's total covered there. Fede, is that how you say his name?
Fede.
He gave up 8 hits and 6 runs and 4 1/3 in his start. So both of the guys did get shelled. And when you're giving up the hits like that, I mean, I don't think just switching from the Padres Park to the Nationals Park might just help the total, if anything, at this point, too.
You've led me to my second play in this game, and that is Padres Nationals. Yes, runs first inning. I have it at -135. That is one I'm going with that I love. I personally think that just for all the reasons you just said, it should be runs. It should be runs plentiful in a plentiful number tonight in that particular ball game.
Yeah, I mean, the Nats, they're 2-5 over their past 7 and still averaging 6 runs. It's the pitching. And that's where these two guys, and you nailed it with that bullpen. That was something that maybe I was overlooking. So this total, I don't want to say it seems too easy and too good to be true, but the over 9 will be cashing tonight.
Absolutely. What other game were you on?
So one game that I was looking at, and it's a team we talked about yesterday in our stream, was the Brewers. I believe they are road dogs, barely just right around that even price at the Reds. The one thing from a total perspective I've seen here, that this is going to be their 13th meeting. 8 of their 12 have soared under in here. Today, and Sosa and I were talking about this before, it's the first day back. I'm thinking we see the bats a little bit more sharper than the pitchers today, so that's where I'm leaning under in this game. But the pitchers that we got on the mound here, it's just, can I really trust them to keep this under with Hauser and Mahale? You can get the under 9.
How do you pronounce this? Is it Male? Molly? How do you pronounce the name? Male?
I said Mahale. I just went the full weird way of saying it, but 8 of the 12 have gone under. I mean, the Reds have had the Brewers number as well, which is why, because they're 8-4 4 in the series. Do I go with an under here, Sosa, or I don't know. I just don't think I can trust these two on the mound.
I'm waiting for what I sent you to go through. That is the play I have in the game, actually. That was the exact play that I have is Brewers Padres under 9 at plus 100. So we were in sync without even speaking.
Damn. So that means I got to roll with it. I like it.
That's the play. That's the play that I had for the game. Male has faced Milwaukee. He pitches much better at the crib. Hauser pitches well against Cincinnati. One start he did get a little rocked, but I don't think either of them get shelled tonight. I think it's a close game, and I think it's a low scoring game as well. I like the under in the game likewise.
And then just to wrap this one up, in all of July, the Reds are 1-10 to the over. So 10-1's been the under in there. The Reds pitching has been showing up, and that's where they've been making this move up in the Central. So sidewise, would you have to lean Reds here? I know Woodruff's in the mound. You like him. It's just weird seeing Woodruff at a plus price.
It's a full game too, right? It's not a 7-inning game.
Yeah, it's a full game.
Yeah, that's tough. I think again, that's another game where the under, like I said, it's the under, bro. I don't want to pick a side. Yeah, I don't want to pick a side. Just also because Cincinnati's played well in the division. They play well against Milwaukee. Doesn't really matter who's on the mound. Not in the sense that they give up a lot of runs, but the games are close. They're competitive in division games, and they get up to play against each other. So
no extras, just no extras. And if it's going to be a close one,
and if it's extras, we go to extras 1-1.
Let's we got one of our questions in. Keep rolling them in with the questions. Sosa, you're wearing the Dodgers hat, so sideshow. I don't know what type of reply you're going to get here.
Here's what you're going to get. Reds. I'm about to say the Red Sox because I had something. I'm reading off my paper. As far as the Dodgers go today, I'm going Dodgers minus 2.5. I think they smack them. I want to stay away from their total because their total is probably going to be juiced at like 7. I expect it to be like 5-1, 6-1, something like that. 6-3 maybe. I don't really care that Urias is on the mound. But I'm not going. I won't go. I don't want to hit. I don't want to do anything else. I'm going to take the Dodgers minus 2.5, and the number I got that at was plus 105. So it's not even amazingly. It's like amazing price, but at plus 105, I love it.
Well, that's just kind of where home. I mean, the Rockies have only won 9 games on the road. They're 31-17 at home this year, so that's where you're getting the super run line, I guess, like that. What the hell's a mouse mover from Amazon?
I don't know either. What's a mouse mover, Kevin? What was I saying? I just saw somebody put up the Rays. That's at plus 105, Taze. I saw Betting Joe say the Rays. That's my play. Listen, my system bet for the next 2 weeks will be this. No matter who Atlanta plays, I'm going to go.
I get what he's saying now.
I'm going to go no runs first inning for the next 2 weeks with the Atlanta Braves. No Ronald Acuna. They're going to have to figure out that leadoff spot. It's not going to be a cake. They're going to have some issues at the top of the lineup over the next couple of weeks until they find some sort of rhythm. I honestly am fading them off top just because Acuna is so big to what they do. I mean, leads the league in runs, bro. He can steal bases. He can set the table. And then he can hit home runs. Like there's no flaw to his game. And to lose him, especially when you want to make a run, you're thinking maybe the young pitching staff will find their way. Losing him just is devastating. And again, I understand they traded for Jock Peterson yesterday, which is great, but it's a good pickup, good mid-season. But it's still, again, it's not him, So like that's something that I'm looking into over the next couple of weeks. They're at even money tonight, no runs first inning. I don't like the Rays that much. I don't think their lineup is that devastating. They're one of the lower scoring teams in all of baseball. I like the Rays, no runs first inning at minus 110. And I think
I
that
think
that's my
I
play.
really like that angle. That's one that we didn't talk about pre-stream, just because you got Walker on the mound for Tampa, which is maybe they can get to him, but who do you think's going to take over the leadoff spot in the Braves?
We don't know. That's what I'm
You
saying.
don't
And
know.
the thing is, whoever it is not going to be the guy that's hurt. It's not going to be close because very, very rarely do we have guys that good at the top of the lineup who can do it all. Usually they're table setters, they're quick guys. They hit for average. He hits for average, hits for power, gets on base. He does it all for him, bro. It's tough. It's going to be tough.
Got a question from Dan on the Twins money line. They got 2 games today, so it depends which one you're talking about, but we're just going to be probably staying away from a Twins Tigers matchup.
Yeah, big fade for me. I like, and I also, the Tigers have been pretty competitive over the last, entering the All-Star break. They've been pretty competitive. So I wouldn't just, start betting on a team like the Twins who haven't been good all year. They've been trash. I don't think Rocco Baldelli's a genius anymore. Shit changed fast, don't it?
So, good thing you day 2 of coming for entertainment. You reminded Devin again, man. Devin, we'll come up with the secret sign to tell you to mute us for a few minutes and let you know when to come back. One game that I've seen a few solid cappers on so far throughout the day is people love Seattle tonight for some reason, especially at the dog price. I think it's more of a Heaney fade and believing in flexing. It's one of our the later night games there. The Angels are minus 140 home favorites there. I mean, I'm not sold in Heaney, so that's just kind of why are the Mariners at that big of a price?
The Angels fucking suck.
No, but the Angels are minus 140. That's where the Mariners. That was the one price and the one.
Right. I'm not looking at it. Okay, plus 126. Wow. Man, both these teams are ass. Flexen's probably the second best pitcher on the Mariners. I guess Kikuchi would be the best. So I get it. For me, it's I'm gonna stay away, man. Both they're at some point in basketball season, it gets to the point where it's like, are you gonna bet on bad teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Far as picking winners when it comes to bad teams, best of luck with that, y'all. Both them teams are ass. If you want to pick a winner, roll some dice first. Throw a dart at the board because they're inconsistent. You don't know what you're getting ever. So if you like runs, hits, props, all that stuff, cool. But as far as picking winners, and again with teams like that, it's something that I won't even get into. Angels.
I mean, I'm thinking the total is a solid angle on that one,
and it's only at 8.5, right? I believe
yeah,
it's kind of low, right? So at 8.5, yeah.
that's what's been calling my name the most is because that's where I've been trying to eye up my totals. You talked me off the Rockies one. That just seems a much better one to bet live if they get one or.
It's not that I don't like the Rockies one because it's what is it, Santazala, whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
He's been pretty trash, and obviously it's Colorado. It's also the first game back from the All-Star break, so there's so many different things we can factor in, right?
We'll go with the over 8.5 here. I just like it. I think both of these guys do get hit. I mean, Flexen, he did face the Angels on July 10th. 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs. Second time coming around. Think that might prove to be big for them, and that was at home.
That's a good point from Betting Joe's. He is terrible on the road.
Yep. So that's just that's why I think that's where that number's coming in. Betting Joe's, thank you for this insights, but we'll be rolling with the over 8.5.
Yeah, it's definitely a good call. Thing about the Angels is that the consistency. I love the fact he said won 9 of their prior 13 to the All-Star break, but they played pretty shitty teams, didn't they? If I'm not mistaken, they played the Yankees. Who they play to end the
So they had Seattle to end it, then they had Boston, then they have Baltimore before it.
Baltimore's ass. How Boston's been good this year. I'm pleasantly surprised to see them doing so well. I'm actually pretty shocked that they've been so good. The Yankees fucking suck, bro. Sorry, Taze. The Yankees are ass. Like they haven't won a single game against the Red Sox, and they've won one of I think 8 against Tampa Bay. That's pretty shitty, bro. Sorry to break the news to you. Breaking news: the Yankees aren't good.
What else you got left on your card here? Any Yerfies or Nerfies? Because you have the one so far.
The last Nerfie of the night that I'm playing, A's, Indians. I'm sorry, man. I'm disappointed by the Yankees because the Yankees had Trevor Bauer just right there, and they could have just come on, man. Didn't do it. They should have just went and got the pitcher. Now they're going to have to work the next 3 weeks and figure out whether they're buyers or sellers until the trade deadline.
Yeah, I was about to say, Chuck, we got like 2 more games left up in the rotation, and we specifically were skipping that series between the Royals and them, and the Tigers and the Twins were the 2 games that we were just not going to discuss today.
Don't worry, Chuck. Football season is yours, buddy. This ain't your season.
Cubs D-backs is definitely one we have coming up, so we'll get to that in a second. But what do you like in Cleveland, Oakland, Nerfie?
Nerfie, no runs first inning, -105. I love it. And listen,
Bassett's been hot.
And I know people are on like the super fade train of Eli Morgan. He's going to get us out of the first inning. He's going to get you 3 outs in the first inning tonight, and we're going to cash that. So don't even trip. -105, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Where did Bassett come from? It's just another A's man that they just pull out of nowhere. 10-2 this season, 3.28 ERA, 1.05 WHIP. Jeez.
So what they do is he'll probably be playing for San Fran or fucking LA, one of the teams in LA. Oh, also real quick, did anyone see the draft for the Los Angeles Angels?
Didn't they get all pitchers?
They drafted 20 pitchers. 20 pitchers. That is an organization that knows where they lack.
One's got a hit.
I fucking love it, bro. Like, think about this. You can't waste Mike Trout's entire life, right? And you have Shohei Ohtani now, bro. You can't waste that. You gotta get pitching. And I love it. I love the idea behind it. I know people were like, "That's crazy." No, it's not. They fucking suck. Their starting rotation has been like bottom 5 the last decade. They've been horrible. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest because I thought it was a pretty cool move by what I like with that idea that they did that. I think it's very smart.
Yes, sir. So let's talk Cubs D-backs. We got a question.
It's like, no.
We got a question under 9 here. I mean, the Cubs on the road haven't been great to the over. They're 16-28 to the over there, which is a nice angle to be looking at it. And with the D-backs, man, I don't know what to say about them. They're at home, so they could potentially hit. That's the only place where they do hit. I don't got much on this total here. I mean, I know you got Kendricks going against Bumgarner, Mad Bum. So do we see old Mad Bum?
Man, it's tough to bet on them, bro. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's tough to bet on D-backs games just because I just brought it up. Betting on bad teams. It's gotta be like a no action for me. And like bad teams, when it comes to bad teams playing in baseball, I always veer towards the over. I always do that. Because they're ass. What do they have to play for? At least give the people some level of entertainment. It's 150 fucking degrees out there. So like that would be my like, and that's just like blindly capping the game because they're so ass. Like some of these games, I didn't really even look it over because I don't know what to expect. It's like, remember, it's like reaching into a jar and like you don't know what the fuck you're gonna get out of it.
Especially the Cubs on the road. You can say the same exact thing. 16-29 this season on the road, 3.6 runs. it's just kind of where, I mean, I don't know how to say his name. Sorry about that. I'll put you back up. But, I mean, the under's not a bad look here. It's definitely not a bad one. If your gut's telling you it and you like it, go for it. We never want to talk you off a play if you got your stats and stuff behind it.
If you listen, people giving you picks, that's fine, but always do your own research. Always do some level of research of your own, because at the end of the day, the person giving you the information on here is not the one pressing the bet button when you gamble your own money. So always be cognizant of that and always gamble responsibly.
All right, we got to talk about the sneaky good game of the night. I think you know where I'm headed with this one. Houston, White Sox. It's not Saturday, so that means we could potentially bet the White Sox. Cisse versus McCullers up on the mound. Both teams 54 wins, 55 wins there. White Sox as a home dog. Altuve ripping off his shirt, showing there's no buzzer, flexing on that because he's getting shit talk rounding the mound, so he's feeling himself now. This Astro team's definitely feeling him, but what do you got here?
First off, Jose Altuve's a bitch. Second, let's start there. I'm shy. No, that was the. I'm sorry.
Where's that bad tattoo that he was talking about?
I wish we could run back that video. I swear to God, bro. Like, I'm shy. I'm shy. Sure you are, buddy. Sure you are. You cheating fuck. Like, sure you are. Oh, man. So, yeah, I love the trolling. I love anything to make baseball interesting at this point, man. You know what I mean? Like, if they're not hitting home runs or talking shit, like, hopefully somebody gets beaned and they can fight. You know, they need to, like, let fighting be legal in baseball the way it is in hockey. Like if some bullshit's happening, just fight. Just fucking fight. So that'd be great. As far as the actual game that we're about to see with Chicago and Houston tonight, I actually, based on just what I've looked at, the first 5 over, there's 2 plays you can get, and you can get over 4.5 or over 5 at -135 and -105. I love both of them. I expect runs. I'm not big on Cease. Cease's numbers on the road in the division been very average, or at home have been average. And also Chicago plays much better at the crib. They're terrible on the road. So if you're going to pick a winner, I would lean more towards Chicago, because Chicago, like I said, they're great at the house. Terrible
when you play in that shitty division. It's good to be good at the house, though. 31-14 at the house. I mean, you just kind of have to filter out the division games there.
But it's also extremely disappointing, because they're so much more talented than every team in the division. They should be up by 15 games in that division. It's a joke.
I mean, the Sox are hot though right now. How many have they pulled off in a row right now? I'm pulling it up right now. I know they've won at least their past 3, 1, 5. They won their last 5 in a row after coming off a 3-game slump. I mean, in baseball, you usually never fade the hot team. Home dogs potentially there, but I'm looking at the number. Is the only thing I have to add is the Stros are 4-0 against the White Sox this season. They swept them at home, so it's the reverse series now. That is my only hesitation from backing the White Sox, because we can't back them tomorrow.
Yeah, it's White Sox auto fade on Saturdays for me. That's something that we're not ever gonna stray away from. Do not bet the White Sox on Saturdays. Other than that,
I put that together. I was extremely behind Kevin. I finally put it together with what he was saying. Completely blanked.
White Sox barely beat the Orioles last game. It was a 3-run home run in the 10th. Yeah, man, but if you bet them run line, they won. So
kind of like how the Bucks didn't matter; they weren't covering for 47 minutes of the game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so it sounds good, but if you bet a money line or run line, they still won. So like it's you know what I mean, right? Exactly, you won. It was a fluke, but I won, right? You know, you'll take those. Those are actually the best. Like
All right, we are at the half-hour mark. I know we still have a lot of you in here. Start throwing in more questions. I mean, it could be about tomorrow, anything you want. We're just basically wrapping it up at this point. I know you're all trying to avoid your Friday work. Glad we're able to help you a little bit. I was just seeing Texas versus Toronto was really the only other decent game that we didn't talk about, but Robbie Ray's a minus 240 favorite. I think that's the one reason why we didn't touch on it.
First 5 over 5.5. Where do we think? Oh, I like this. Okay, this is.
Oh wow! I didn't even see we got the Jays question. Then good reading, Aaron.
Aaron, my boy, what's up, man? If I had to go with a Jays play, it would be the Jays game for team total. Team total over 5.5 is at plus 100. It's at plus 104 on FanDuel. That would be my play for the game. So that's those are my thoughts. Where do we think Dane goes? Okay, let me because I had to explain this in text to some homies. Okay, listen. The Portland Trailblazers cannot afford to have a messy breakup with Dame Lillard. He's the best player in the history of the franchise. I don't believe for a second we will ever hear a true story about him asking for a trade. Okay? If Portland is to move on from Dame Lillard, it will be a mutual joint decision where they break up like a happy couple. And no child support, no fucking alimony. We love you. Next time you come back, we're going to retire your jersey. It would have to be like that. All this shit you're hearing on the news is bullshit. Dame Lillard is not fucking going to Portland and asking for a trade right after they hired a black coach. They're not like, come on, how bad? That's the absolute worst PR you can get as a player who's been committed to an organization for 10 fucking years. That's not a good look. So, where does he go? To the Moda Center to work. That's where he goes. In the event that they move on, it will be a joint decision. They will allow him to work it out. Whether it's to Dallas to play for Jason Kidd because he wanted Jay Kidd as the coach. You know what I mean? Possibly. But again, I see that. I feel you. And I totally agree. But remember, all I'm saying is this. It's not that I'm saying he's going to be in Portland. What I'm saying is, please don't buy into the propaganda that he's asking for a trade. I'm not saying he's not getting moved. I'm saying these stories are put out there to paint narratives about players, to make people in the media say stuff like he's not loyal, he's abandoning the city, he's all that. Please don't buy into that. You know what I mean?
I don't think he goes anywhere.
No, I think it's 50-50. But I don't believe the shit I'm reading on social media where they're saying he's going to ask for a trade. That's another thing. How the fuck do you know what someone's going to do? He's going to ask for a trade? You know, like that's what I'm reading. And I'm just like, how the fuck do you know he's going to ask?
I'm going to ask for a raise.
Yeah, like I'm going to ask Rihanna in DMs if I can fuck her. But I'm pretty sure she'll say no or not respond at all. So all that shit you hear on the internet is, come on, man. Don't believe that. If he does leave Portland, it'll be a situation where they go to the podium and they praise him and thank him for his contribution to the city, because he's done nothing but do it the right way since he's been there. And if the media paints a narrative of him being the guy where he's like, I want out, it won't be good for Portland at all, because the last thing they want is fans at the games, booing him when he comes back.
Marcus, we're ignoring that question. You know Sosa's answer on that one. He's just trying to poke the bear there. Ben
Simmons leave. He and right. With a bad joint, man. You seen his new joint? That Maya joint better than him. My boy just don't hit threes, okay? Ben Simmons just don't hit threes. Some of us just don't hit threes in life. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. We'll leave it at that. San Fran first five.
So, yeah, I was about to say, let's wrap it up here. We got a last question from one of our new guys checking in. We appreciate all you guys tuning in. San Fran first five. He's definitely working on that off-court jumper. We got Wayno versus Gosman. It says off on my book right now. My other one still has it up. I don't know why it says that. First five.
First five against a struggling. First five run line is at minus half a run. I like it, especially with Gausman on the mound and Wainwright. Yeah, it's a safe bet. Also, they've been absolutely lights out with the first five, the first half of the fucking year. They've been great in the first half of games. Can we get the play of the day? Favorite play of the day? All of them, bro. No, I'm just kidding. My top play, Marlins team total over 3.5 in the first game.
Nice, quick, easy one for you. It's tough because mine would be between the two, the Nats Padres over. But if I really have to go one, and I hate that I'm going for an under, but I would go with the Brewers Reds under.
Under 9.
Yep.
I like that too. I love both plays, bro. Like I said, I sent them to you before. It's funny we said the same thing.
Yeah, I didn't even check your mess. I didn't even check it just because I'm so locked in on the comments. I mean, that's one of our favorite parts of the shows, guys. We really appreciate you guys hopping in the comments, giving your plays, asking for our thoughts.
Tay's funny as shit. Tay's working on an off-court jumper. Splash. Yes, correct. Let's have a day, Riley. Let's get it, man. Let's have another day. Right. I love the way you say that. Let's have another day. And then tomorrow we'll have another one. Thank you all for joining us, man. Rex, appreciate you as always, man. It's been a hell of a week, man. I'm glad that we're back. I'm glad that.
Yes, Boz, your comments are good. We love you too, Boz. We love all you guys in the comments. Make sure to give us a like on YouTube. Throw us a subscribe there as well. Live on Twitter and Twitch either.
If you're not already, sorry to cut you off, but if you're not already, September 4th, we're doing big things.
Yep, and it looks like the next $100 will be given out next week. For once we get there, we're more than halfway to the 200 subscribers. Once we hit that, we'll get there. All right, fellas. Deuces.